Hello there, Classpad.net users. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to do parametric equations using Classpad.net. So here I am in Classpad.net, and I've got my icons open, and again, to get to that, I can click anywhere on the screen, and I want to go into graphing. So here's my graph, and down here I'm going to hit my function because I'm going to be entering parametric equations. And so when I do that, you'll see our keyboard comes up, which has all of our different math templates and things like that. And right here, you'll see the parametric equation template. So when you click it, it's basically now just waiting for you to enter your equation. So let's just do some really basic, and we're going to just do t. So notice that it already has parameters set for your t value, for your curve. So let's do cosine. So when I hit enter, I have a circle, and now you can play around with, how do I change how big this is, work with my parameters, those types of things. So let's say we want to multiply each of these, and what does that do? So here's where you can really have fun with kids exploring parametric equations, but this is how easy it is to enter them. You simply use the template. So this is now a circle. What if I don't want a circle? What if I want something different? Well, then I'm going to change them to be different parameters here. So let's make this be a 3, and let's see what happens. And now I'm getting more of an elliptical type of shape. So that's the basics of entering a parametric. You can have a lot of fun. You can kind of do a lot of investigations, explorations, how you can create art types of things. So let's just add another one in a different color and show you how you can really kind of be creative with this. And I set it back to being a circle. So again, I want a parametric equation. I've got my template open. I click this template here. There it is. It's waiting for me to enter a parametric. So this time let's do, and instead of typing it in, I could just use my template over here. So let's do that, but let's raise it to, oops, it scooched me down. There we go. Let's just see what the difference is here. So again, I'm just going to use my templates here. Touch screen, that's what these work for very nicely. And so notice I have slightly different here because I cubed it. And so how could I make this bigger? Well, what if I wanted it to be inscribed or in this same one? I'm going to change my coefficient on the outside here to match the to match the equation above, and hopefully that means it's going to be inscribed in it, and it is. What if I wanted to have the circle inscribed in this shape here? I could make it bigger. So it's going out a little bit. So we could really play around with different types of things. Let's leave it like that. It's kind of interesting. And now let's add in a third one in a different color. And this time I'm going to, again, my parametric template. Now I'm just going to continue to use my touch templates here, and let's kind of switch things up. And this time I'm going to actually put a coefficient with the t. So we're going to multiply by 3, and then let's change it up here. Let's multiply by 2. And now we have this interesting shape here, which actually has a specific name, which is and I'm probably not pronouncing this right, the Lissajous curve. Let me get my text tool out and spell that for you. It's spelled, that's the green parametric curve that we've got there. And so that's really fun to play around with too. So let's do the same thing here. Let's add a coefficient out front, and let's add the same one, see what that does. And that makes it really quite big. What if I want to add in more definition in the middle? So let's change these numbers and see what happens there. So there's so much exploration that you can do. And remember, with Classpad.net, I have 3 different parametric curves that together are making a really cool art project, and we can really keep going. Or if I just want to look at this, let's say I just want to look at this, again, I'm sure I'm pronouncing this wrong, Lissajous curve. And so I'm making it seem very French. So now if I separate it out, I can just look at that curve all by itself, right? And now I can maybe play around with, instead of specific numbers, let's actually change these to variables. and show how you could actually explore using sliders. So that makes this even more exciting. So I'm going to change each one of these to a different parameter variable. So now I have sliders, and I could now notice they're all set to 1. And so what I really get is just a circle. So how am I going to create that one that I had originally? So we had A was set to 5. So let's go ahead and set A to 5 here. Close enough. And see what that does. So that makes that elliptical, but then by changing the B value, the B coefficient to the same, I'm going to get that circle again. And now let's change C. I think it was, what, a 3? So let's go back to that 3. And I believe this was a 2. Close enough. Good enough. Oops, no, I really need the 2, obviously. And now you can really start playing around with interesting things. So let's say if I want to increase this to, I don't know, let's make it 7. What does that do? And if I change this to, let's make it 5. So you could really explore different aspects. How does each one change? What are these parametric equations? What's each? What kind of curves can I create? What kind of art? And again, if you want to split them back together, you can just quickly merge your graphs and continue doing some cool, interesting art. So again, creating parametric equations is super easy in Classpad.net. You just click on a function and use this template right here to enter your parametric equation, and you can use your touch screen or to type in, but to enter in your different curves. So have fun exploring that. Your students can create some amazing art by using parametric equations. So it would be fun to see what you and your students can come up with.